What's going on, Knife Tube? Today we're going to be looking at a big boy by Cold Steel. The 4MAX Scout, designed by Andrew Demko. This knife is awesome. Like a lot of you might have thought it was kind of obnoxious and just ridiculous. So did I. And not because of its overall size, but mainly because of its thickness, right? Very thick stock on that blade. And also behind the edge. Very thick behind the edge as well. Almost reminds me of a Scandi, kind of. Just because of how thick it is. But, yeah, so this thing is definitely, in its own category of knives, in a sense. What I take from it is it's somewhat like a pocket hatchet. You get a lot of beef with this blade, and I took down a tree that was probably about this round, and just like a hatchet, I took out chunks, and it worked very well. Made me an instant fan of this knife. So moving on to the size and the weight. We're going to check that out, and then we'll talk about the materials. So overall, we're looking at just under 10 inches. 9 7/8, I'd say. Just want to get that right at the tip. Oh, no, we got 10 inches here. So 10 inches altogether. 4 1/8 cutting edge. Just a hair shy, and then 4 1/8 altogether. And then for the handle, we've got 6 inches. So big knife, guys. This thing is huge. We'll put it on the scale and probably get a laugh. Okay. So 284 grams, 0.6. And then 10.04 ounces. So this thing, it's quite obvious. It's very large. And for that reason, it's hard to pick a time that you'd think you might want to use it. But the more I've held it, the more I've used it, the more I want to use it. It's kind of odd. Like, this thing is honestly, and I wanted to show you guys, you saw that lock stick. So we'll get into it. When I opened this thing, the action was not so much how it moved, but the lock was horrendous. Absolutely horrible. It had a stick and a clunk. I made a video on how to fix it. In the video, I say it wasn't so much a stick, it was more of a clunk, but it really was both. And when you open up the blade lightly now, you get that little bit of stick. But that was how it was in the beginning, and it had this clunk because the void between the pin and the lock bar is very big on this knife. So the bar does a lot of skipping. So what I did, I wrapped it in some painter's tape, and as you can see, we get a much smoother action when you open up the knife properly. There's really no issues. It's awesome. When you do it slow, it's kind of back to its original shitty operating. But other than that, so if you want to have yours operating like mine, because I'm sure most of these are not operating the best, because this void here on the lock bar is the biggest I've seen, and it really allows for some play in there, and that's what's causing the clunking and the stick. So watch the video I made. You'll get rid of that issue, and you'll be stoked. Like, especially if you had like a snaggletooth on this, it's gonna open up hard every time. You're never gonna have an issue, like, ever. It sounds great. It feels great. I'm telling you, right? And also in that video, I show fixing the Talwar, but it doesn't happen with the Talwar. The Talwar works fine with when you open it slowly. So I don't know what the issue with the Formax is here, but I think it's because that void is just so large that the issue is, it was such an issue that you can't completely get rid of it. But as you see here, open it hard enough, you can just thumb deploy it and it's fine. Like, you don't even have to go that hard with the thumb. It's fine. So other than that action issue, which is a huge, it is a huge issue, because I wouldn't even have used this knife if I didn't fix that. And that would have been a shame, because this thing is amazing. Like, it's got the greatest handle. You got Grivex and stainless steel liners, non-rested. So the sturdiness on this thing, like I said, it's a pocket hatchet pretty much. So yeah, like the lock being an issue, it can be fixed. I would say though, we got to get to some T8s on here, because this knife is, you buy it and it's going to get smacked right away. Like, this thing is meant for heavy use. So I don't really understand having T6s in here. I really feel like we would have benefited from putting some 8s. That's definitely an upgrade that could happen in the future if Cold Steel is ever listening. Moving on to the blade. Let's check the thickness on this thing, because it is massive. It's not, like that company Medford knives. I think those are a lot bigger, but they're also a lot less usable, right? It's not like this has never been done before, but this knife is meant to be used. So anyways, let's see here. So 4.8 from the back of the stock there. Check the tip. Oops. Trying to get as close as I can. Like 1.3, so minus a little bit. So still, you can see for yourselves, massive, massive tip. If you want to do some, any type of prying, if you need to do any type of prying, this is going to be the tool for that. If you need a knife at the same time. Let's get this out of the way. So we got a high saber flat. So not full flat, but high saber. And let's check the width of the edge too, actually. Just like this. So 0.8 on my edge. Almost 9. 8.5. So yeah, this is craziness. But nonetheless, it still cuts. And at the end of the day, a knife is a wedge, right? And you can work this thing through. It's not going to be the sliciest, but it's definitely going to do a lot of things slicey knives can't. So I highly recommend this knife. I wish this wasn't an issue. And the reason I waited to do this review or first impressions is because of that. And I didn't want to just tear the knife down, because it's awesome. This thing is awesome. Like, I've looked at these. I've seen these a million times, and like I said in the beginning of the video, they just kind of seemed obnoxious. And I've been getting into the AUS 10, loving it, absolutely loving this AUS 10. You can even see I've already sharpened the thing. Like, I'll mention quickly too, like, if you guys don't have one of these, and you need to learn how to sharpen, you need to get yourself one of these. The Worksharp Field Sharpener. This thing is awesome. It makes knives that much more fun. And once you get over the hiccup of sharpening, that also makes knives that much more fun. So, yeah, with the AUS 10 even too, it's very, like, with this type of blade, this is so thick. It gets the job done, man. And you can sharpen this very quickly. Very quickly. I love it, man. I've been having a great time with this thing, especially since I fixed it. And like I was saying, so I waited to put this out, and because I didn't want to complain about it. This knife deserves its kudos, man. This thing is awesome. I'm really loving it, and the more I use it, the more I want to put it in my pocket. And then, you know, it is kind of tough to carry in the pocket. But me personally, I've been carrying XLs and my Carhartt belt bag, and I think I'm gonna do a review on that too, just because it's the best knife bag ever. So, but other than that, guys, if you've been thinking about this knife and just because of its size, been like, maybe it's not gonna be what I want, or it's just too much, it'll just end up sitting, you should give it a shot, because this thing's a lot of fun. It's a great camping tool. If you're a hiking guy, anything like that, outdoorsy type of stuff, this is going to be a lifetime tool. A lifetime tool that I don't see this ever breaking on you. Unless, you know, you damage the edge so bad you got to get yourself a new one. But I even, you know me, guys, as soon as I get a knife, I like to mess the tip up. Right there a little bit. But I've sharpened it and kind of taken it out. So, I'll take this little bit of glare off. Yeah. So, other than this lock situation, you know, but it is fixed, I urge you guys to go and watch that video, because, you know, you see the results here. But yeah, guys, leave some comments, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.